Hello all, welcome to episode 2. Let's get straight into it. I tried my hand at gardening recently. I planted some tomatoes, but they just won't grow. I guess they heard about my cooking skills and decided it's not worth the effort. So, I was driving here, and I saw a sign that said, "Watch for children." I thought, that sounds like a fair trade. Shame I don't have any children. So, I recently went to a bookstore, and I asked the assistant, "Do you have any books on turtles?" She said, "Hardback?" I replied, "Yeah, with a little head and legs." I recently tried to assemble a piece of furniture from a popular Swedish store. The instruction manual had more hieroglyphics than an ancient Egyptian tomb. I felt like Indiana Jones on a quest to decipher the secret of assembling a bookshelf. I recently tried my hand at DIY home improvement. I thought, I can fix anything with a YouTube tutorial and a can-do attitude. Well, 3 broken light fixtures, a leaky faucet, and a partially painted room later, I realized that can-do sometimes means can do it wrong. So, I was sitting in traffic earlier today, the usual gridlock, and I started thinking, why do they call it a rush hour? It's more like sit and fume hour. What's the deal with autocorrect? It's like having a grammar-obsessed robot follow you around, waiting for the perfect opportunity to embarrass you. You send a text saying, "I'll be there in a secs, sec." And suddenly, you're frantically typing, "Sorry, that was a typo. I'm not trying to proposition you, I promise." And then there are the dreaded first dates. Those awkward encounters where you're supposed to make a great impression. Well, I once went on a date with a guy who talked about her ex the entire time. I felt like I was in a therapy session. And I was the therapist who forgot her notepad. And don't even get me started on the joys of ghosting. You go on a couple of dates, everything seems to be going well, and suddenly, they vanish into thin air. It's like they were abducted by aliens who were in desperate need of some mediocre dating advice. Is it just me that struggles keeping up with technology? We went from rotary phones to smartphones in the blink of an eye. I remember the good old days when a phone was just for making calls. Now, we have devices that can order pizza, control our thermostats, and solve complex mathematical equations. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out how to set the clock on my microwave. I was in the library the other day and I asked the librarian if they had any books on paranoia. She whispered, "They're right behind you. Did you know scientists don't trust stairs? They say they're always up to something." What did one wall say to the other wall? "I'll meet you in the corner." Why don't eggs tell jokes? Because they might crack up. Well, that's it for today. Remember, always try to laugh every day.